What is up, y'all? It's your girl, brand new, and honey, I am back in the building. This time, honey, I'm back with a love and marriage Huntsville extra, honey, okay? We got Miss Dawn Michelle, who is Melody's manager, honey. I guess she wrote the What's Happening YouTube channel. Okay, so we are going to read that, honey, because she was dragging Tisha, dragging Funky Dineva, honey, and you know, I am all here for that, honey. Okay, so without further ado, honey, it's only right. Get in here. Shout out to Armand Greer. Y'all get on in here, honey, so we can read this, because I'm here for a good dragging, honey. Them people do need to be dragged, okay? The nerve of all of you all coming for Miss Melody Cherie, okay? She is the victim. Especially when she, you know, is on stage, honey, with all them troublemakers, honey. But besides Kimmy, I do kind of have a soft spot, honey, for Kimmy. But anyways, honey, let me read this to you all. It says, greetings, I'm Dawn Michelle, Melody's manager. I'm glad that someone mentioned that Funky Dineva was upset that Melody relishes in the fact that Tisha has problems in her marriage. Let me just say that Melody is not checking for the Scots, period. Please be reminded how freely it flowed off Tisha's lips that Martell bought another woman a matching car just to hurt Melody. It seems that Kiki had no problem exposing the cousin who had no problem exposing her personal issues and struggles. Melody has actually known Kiki longer than Tisha. So why would Tisha hate on her own cousin in the first place? Perhaps to keep her from aligning with a successful couple like Tell and Mel. It baffles me how there is no accountability, and Funky Dineva has no business calling Melody out of her name. He called her a bitch, you guys. Funky Dineva, you wrong for that. I didn't know you did all that. I'm gonna have to go back and watch your video again. I didn't know he did all that, guys. She had not been a bitch to him. As a matter of fact, I always liked Funky Dineva and was rooting for him, okay? To scale up in this game. Our team was super cordial with him, and he interviewed Melody some time ago. There was nothing but good vibes in my opinion. No one walked away being besties, but there certainly wasn't any beef or hatefulness on the table. Now, after befriending the Scots, we have waves again. The manipulation about it. Yeah. That is manipulative. And he is cool with them. He tried to make it look like, oh, I'm not saying all of this because I'm cool with Tisha and Marceau. Yes, you are, because you never really spoke out against Melody like this. Okay, you may have had some objective opinions about her and you didn't agree with all her decisions with staying with Martell. We all get that. But you never went this hard on her. Okay. Now, honey, a lot of people wanted to cancel Mr. Funky Dineva, honey, after, you know, he talked about Melody, you know, like a dog in that video, okay? And I want to read, honey, some of the comments, honey, because it's only right, honey, okay? But one person says, I don't think Mel will lose any sleep or coins over how Funky Dineva feels about her. Another person says, my honest opinion is that Funky is in the Scots' pockets. It is no coincidence that he dropped his so-called review right when Maurice gave out those fake-ass awards. Funky hasn't watched the show all season and said he wasn't going to review it anymore. So why the sudden change or need to review it now? Yeah, that was my issue with him, because he had said that he was done with the show, honey, okay? It is no secret that Funky don't like Mel, but he has never went this far. He has filmed with the Scots and now favors them, which is cool. Mel seems to have the most bloggers on her side, so the Scotts is using Funky as their defense. Another person says Funky needs to worry about the business that pays him. He said he didn't even watch this season, so why was he ever speaking on Mel? Go get some lotion. Ooh, not lotion, honey. Put some water on that. Another person says, now Funky needs to worry about his own moral compass, admitted to sleeping with a married man, and he knows the man's wife. Yeah, that's what he said. People want to make Melody out to be evil, but yet Tisha was the one that kept Melody's name in her mouth. Tisha is the one that had Melody the subject of her conversation when she was on a date with her hubby. Tisha is the one who had bedroom talk with her hubby, and the whole conversation was about Melody. Don't blame Mel for clapping back at people when they come for her. She kept quiet for over 2 years, and now she's vocal and they don't like it. No one really cares if Tisha stays married. I say it's sickening how she says her marriage is perfect when she knows the truth. If she like it that her and her hubby keeps gaslighting her, I love it. Oh, I guess they say Marceau be gaslighting Tisha, honey. He do. He just be dogging her out, honey. And, it's just really sad that the poor child don't know that she being dogged, okay? I know one thing for certain, honey. She didn't get her ass down to that reunion this season and say, put some respect on my marriage. Because, honey, we found out that your marriage ain't so perfect after all. And I already saw through the cracks, okay, with him not getting up to say a few kind words, okay, him not inviting you to Africa, okay, him not wanting to renew your wedding vows in front of everybody, okay, I want my man, to show out, okay, show everybody he loved me, and if he ain't got no shame about it, then what's the problem, okay? Now the person says it's so sad that Melody is being attacked this way, but she is being strengthened for her continued rise to success. Another person says, I really think Funky Dineva came to the Scots' defense. It's really strange that Maurice Luther King want to come out with a Funky Dineva award a day later than when Funky came out to do his review. Another person says nobody is checking for Mr. Funky Dineva anymore. Another person says she knows what her husband is doing and chooses not to confront it. They talking about Tisha. If she like it, I love it. I just wish they move on from this storyline. Funky Dineva needs to go and sit down somewhere with his ashy looking self. Why y'all keep calling that man ashy? Another person says, so was Tisha and Marceau trying to destroy Mel's marriage when they were making snide remarks about Martell still out there cheating? Exactly. The matching car statement, exactly. The laughing at her pain, exactly. Anyone who thinks what they did was okay can miss me with that. I know that's right. Another person says, I didn't appreciate Funky Dineva saying Mel was taking pleasure when Tisha and Marceau was joking on IG about child custody at the height of the internet, finding out Martell is trying to get Mel for full custody. Well, he's trying to take full custody. Another person says it was Martell that put their business on Front Street, but no, not one of them on that cast has any smoke for him. It's obvious that they have all been bullying and harassing Mel since she left Martell, and they were found to be Martell's co-conspirators in his years-long affair with his mistress. They have it out for her, including Carlos, in my opinion. You think Carlos has it out for Melody? Another person says, no matter what they do, they can't stop Melody from being Miss Boss Lady. Another person says, Funky's review of Mel was very one-sided, hateful, and disrespectful. Just my opinion. Funky was bashing Mel as though she's harmed him personally. Tisha has taken many jabs at Melody and seemed to have found pleasure in the demise of the Holt's marriage. Kiki just spoke on the Scotts' issues like they spoke on her issues. Exactly. Funky's assessment of the situation was inaccurate, especially since he didn't even watch the show. Just my opinion. Another person says, men like Funky are pissed that he's a man and he thinks he could be a better woman than Mel. Not today. Look, and tomorrow don't look good either. Honey, that gotta be somebody from my channel, honey, okay? The hate is real. Another person says, if Funky Dineva didn't watch the season, then why did he even give feedback? Exactly. Especially when he don't know what the hell he's talking about. Like he really could have kept all of that to himself. Another person says, I used to find Funky Dineva entertaining, but he's just coming off very mean-spirited lately. The way he bashed Mel, Kiki, and the other lady in that video, honey, was very disgusting. I guess they was talking about that big girl. I don't know her name, guys, so don't bash me, honey, in the comments. I guess she was plus size. And I guess Dineva was trying to say that the man she was trying to get with, you know, wouldn't want her. But hell, he coming from prison. Okay, like, okay. He should be lucky, honey. She trying to talk to him too. Okay, better sit down somewhere. Another person says, I am so tired of this narrative that Melody came for Tisha's marriage when that was not the case. I have watched this show from day one and Martell was the one that started the marriage doubt with the 20 women comment. Tisha then met Melody for lunch and expected her to apologize for that, but when she didn't get that from her. She played her hand by telling Melody about everything she knew about what Martell was doing, meaning all this time you have been playing in Melody's face knowing her husband was cheating on her. Now tell me who came for whose marriage first. Exactly. I told y'all that Tisha ain't no good. Okay? I am so sick of people having Tisha's back, honey. You know, she ain't no good person. So I am very glad that the people is calling her out. Another person says Melody is doing the right thing because all of these so-called friends are Martell's friends, so Melody needs to form a new relationships on her own. I couldn't believe black-hearted Tisha had the nerve to say Melody's heart is black. Why do she think Melody's heart is black? Maybe because she's cutting all of them out of her close circle of friends. They want her with Martell and be more like head in the sand Tisha. Oh, honey, I almost didn't catch that. Melody moved on to someone else, honey, that respects her. I know that's right. Another person says, honey, us fans have more power and strength in numbers. Funky made that review for a quick buck off of Maurice Loser Dreams Funky Dineva Awards. Whose lame idea was it to bring that mess to the internet anyway? I know that's right, honey. Alright, you guys, that is all, honey, I got to say about that. Y'all get down in the comments. Let me know what you thought about this here video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I am your girl, brand new, and I will check you guys out in the next video.